Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Reed and the panel, thank you for coming to West Grand Bahama to share the information that you shared with us. Quite frankly, I was hoping to be able to sit down and listen tonight. But the concerns I have will not allow me to do that. First of all, I want to make a statement before I ask two questions, and I'm going to be as brief as I possibly could. The first thing I want to make is with respect to residents of 8 Mile Rock. There are many persons who are from 8 Mile Rock, have relatives in 8 Mile Rock, but do not live in 8 Mile Rock. On a daily basis, the experience what those of us in 8 Mile Rock experience on a daily basis. I'm a resident of Harbor West, Lot 18, probably some of the first residents to be in Harbor West more than 10 years. I want to cut to the chase. I appreciate Bahama Rock's investment. The $20 million that they filter through the community, I appreciate that. The $6 million that they paid to Freeport Power, Grand Bahama Power, I'm sure that they're grateful. All of the charitable work that Bahama Rock has done, we are grateful. I heard the amount of $250,000 in charitable work. That don't add to the cost of my house. I have two questions. As a resident of Harbor West, I'm insulted by Bahama Rock. Not only what they've done in the past, but what they've done more recently in the media. Whatever statistics Bahama Rock brings to us, when you go to my house, there are damages that cannot be escaped by Bahama Rock blasting. I'm disturbed that Bahama Rock has issued a disclaimer to the residents of Grand Bahama, taking no responsibility for the damages that they've done, especially to the residents of Harbor West. That's the first concern that I have. I've heard stories from slamming doors, the effects of the blasting, from the fact that it has no effect on the residents. There are many residents here from Harbor West who will tell you differently. And if you go in their houses, the results are different. And as far as I know, when Bahama Rock can correct me, there has not been any, as far as I know, compensation to the residents of Harbor West for the damages that have already occurred. So my question is, why does Bahama Rock feel that they need to cross the Warren J. Lavardi Highway and come further into West Grand Bahama? My house is the first line of defense. Right where I live. I live closer to the north than anybody else. And if the damages are being done now where you are, you're coming closer to my house and can say that it has no possibility of disrupting my house, I say the devil is a liar. So therefore my concern is, what does Bahama Rock have in place? I understand Bahama Rock has some kind of insurance to mitigate against what has already happened. And so therefore, Bahama Rock needs to be concerned. Now I'm going to say this so that the residents know, even though I had damage, I did not apply to Bahama Rock for no refund. So for me, this is not about money. This is about my future, where I live, the single largest investment I will ever have in 8 Mile Rock or in the Bahamas. So therefore, I want to know what Bahama Rock is going to do with respect to the damages that already occurred, and what does Bahama Rock plan to do should they move over the Warren J. Lavardi Highway and into West Grand Bahama. I don't believe Bahama Rock has the approval of the Port Authority, nor do they have the approval of the government. And as someone said earlier, this town meeting is necessary to meet with the public before approval could be considered. And so I want Bahama Rock and all of the other entities associated with it come clean to the residents of West Grand Bahama. Thank you.
I think that deserves to respond.
It certainly does, Reverend Russell. And I appreciate your comments. And what I appreciate about you most is you speak eloquently and directly from your heart. And I'll try to do the same. Over the last 2 years, you're one of the few homes I haven't been in Harbor West.
Talk right into the mic. Talk right into the mic, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. It's hard for me to answer, only because I feel strongly towards the residents, but on the other hand, the data simply indicates we haven't damaged your home, we haven't damaged anybody's home in Harbor West.